We would like to welcome a very special artist, a renowned sculptor, Mr. Mamoru Abe. He is an on-site installation artist whose works can be gauged as a form of land art. This is Mr. Abe's Malaysian and Southeast Asian debut, with his residency in the kampung environs of Galeri Chandan's Akaldiulu studio in Hulu Langat. And this exhibition is entitled Occurrence, Installations and Drawings. Is a follow-up of Galeri Chandan's second Kembara Jiwa exhibition at the Fukuoka Asian Art Museum last year in Fukuoka, Japan, where Mr. Abe is based since 1984 when he moved over from Tokyo. Mr. Abe was one of the guest artists in Kembara Jiwa Fukuoka, and in his reply, Galeri Chandan is proud to be the host for Mr. Abe's debut show in Malaysia. We would like to also thank Royal Selangor, Japan Foundation Kuala Lumpur, and Private Gallery UKU in Fukuoka for their support. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start our art talk today, I think it is a great pleasure for me to welcome Mr. Muhammad Nazri Aziz, our Managing Director, to welcome Mr. Abe here to Galeri Chandan to say a few words. Mr. Nazri.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Actually, I wasn't prepared to say anything, but I think what steps out from this exhibition is more the friendship between these two gentlemen, Galeri Chandan and then we went to Kembara Jiwa in Fukuoka. Mr. Galeri was kind enough to introduce us to Mamoru Abe, and he is also kind enough to be part of the show. And when we did the show in Fukuoka, we were quite happy because it is not just musician artists. We also have the presence of quite a notable Japanese artists. Then later on, Mr. Galeri Chandan called me and said, you know, he's starting a residency. An effort that must be applauded, especially in this country, where the arts are still, the definition of the contemporary arts are still confused with tourism from the government's perspective. So what we are doing here, both Nafas and ourselves, and I'm sure many friends in the industry, we are doing it for the love of the art. And without the love of the art, we wouldn't have this exhibition. Without friendship and networking, we wouldn't have international collaboration. I think this is a big thing. I am very worried because we were very honored when we were in Fukuoka. And I know how people are in Indonesia. We are very casual when we have our shows. So I'm very worried. I hope Mr. Abe is able to adapt to our style of art shows, which is very casual. Because before we see the art, we eat first. After we see the art and talk a little bit, we eat again. But it's an art show. It's not an easy fest, it's an art show. One of the experiences that I had, a very wonderful experience that I had in Fukuoka, was when we did Fukuoka show, the show was supposed to start at 6 p.m. It's supposed to end at 8 p.m. At about 5:45, you don't see anybody around. So after spending a lot of money, you are worried, you know, paying all this money and bringing all these artists to have a show in this gallery in Fukuoka, and at 5:45, nobody is around. At 5:50, the show's at 6. At 5:50, suddenly 40 people turn up out of nowhere. Which is a very Japanese philosophy. It's called just in time. Yeah. And at 8 o'clock, they would come and thank us for inviting them and bringing their show. And they would have good things to say about the exhibition. I thought that is very polite. But we don't have here in Amsterdam. We don't have that here. So we are very casual. when we go to art shows, we gossip, and then we eat, and then we go at art show and we say this is beautiful, and then the artist, we gossip about the artist. But it's all in good fun. After we finish the show, we start gossiping in Facebook. But I think, thank you all for coming. I think we should use this opportunity to ask real questions that relate to your vocation or principle as an artist. Because I'm an interior designer, and when Mr. Abe came and looked at this place and decided to do this installation, and from the point of view of an interior designer, I think he has applied the space perfectly. And when I came and saw the show after it was installed, unfortunately, due to emergency, Mr. Abe has to go back to Tokyo. So he came in, he installed, and he has to go back to Tokyo. And we still have the previous shows around. And the walls were still very colorful, because before that we had the Publika show. So we had blue, red, and yellow, and with Zen installation, you know. So you came in as somebody who's very, very peculiar, very particular about space and color, and it was quite helpful. So I decided not to see it, not to take photographs of it until it is ready. So, but after it is ready, when all the walls are white and everything is put in position, I stay on, because the show, the exhibition and the installation differs as the time of the day differs. If you come here during the day, you will not see the shine on the window. But if you see this installation at night, then this thing starts to shine. And it's very difficult to explain how to appreciate it. You only feel it. And that is not by accident. That is from years and years of experience and of insightful thoughts. And I think we should try and question or learn from Mr. Abe his principles of aesthetics and the way he approaches the installation that is very site-specific. I think that's about concludes what I have to say. I also like to welcome a few friends from Jordan, who were part of Akaldiulu. They are part of Akaldiulu residency. It's nice to hear the perspectives of somebody who's only been to Malaysia for the first time, both from Mr. Abe and also from the partner who been in Tanzania. Something that I treasure, because we stay here for a long time. We never get to see our country from the outsider's perspective. With that, I would like to first and foremost thank Mr. Galeri for making this happen, and of course our guest of honor, our artist, Mr. Abe. I hope you come here every year. I hope Malaysia gives you a good impression, and I hope this collaboration continues both Mr. Jiwa and Mr. Abe, and congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you, Jiwa. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's now for me to pass the mic over to Mr. Johari Said as moderator of tonight's Art Talk.
Okay, thank you, Asli, especially the team from Chandan. And actually, Mr. Abe, what is your because I want to very briefly to many thanks to Mr. Nazari and Mr. Johari and Mr. Anis. Thank you so much for. I'm very happy to come here. It's first time to come here, and then I can look through the experiences here, and then especially to select and collect my materials from the nature and the company. I'm sorry, I'm very happy to such kind of experience for me. And then last 6 days I visited Kuching in Selangor and also Nafas experience there. And just started to my getting experience here. Just started from Malaysia, Dutch Malaysia. And then my installation like this. And I want to enjoy my installation. Thank you.
And actually, as a host of the residency program, and this is the second residency program organized by studios. And actually, the residencies challenge the studio management and my skill as a person how to organize the residency, because it's all self-funded residencies. And Anis all the way coming from Jordan, and this is the second time coming to my studio to work. And Mr. Abe, this is the first time coming to my studio to work. And I have to forward text me please. And Mr. Abe, on his first day coming to KL, he told me that, oh, Mr. Johari, I heard that in Malaysia we have huge pewter factory. I wanted to get some sponsor from the pewter factories. And this is something very difficult for me to do, because on the first day he wanted to go to the factory, to the museum and get sponsorship. But we are so lucky, because before this I've been working with Selangor for a project 2 months ago, and 10 television artists were selected in the project, and one of the artists who was selected was myself. And then I went to the Pewter factory, and they visited the Pewter museum, and we met Galeri Chandan. She was very, very generous, and we asked for around 100 pewter sheet, pewter leaves for Mr. Abe, and 10 kilo ingots, pewter ingots, because this is what we have today, right? And he was thinking about how to set up something like a mini studio for making pewter whatsoever in the studio. This is something that we do, because he told me that he wanted to come here and try something new challenge for himself. Because all this while he's working on metals, irons, and wood, or buzzword repair, but now he wanted to work with pewter. This is something very interesting, because at 60 years old he wanted to take a challenge. Yeah? And then what is interesting about Mr. Abe, he got a kind of a syndrome, which I call that fascination syndrome. He was very fascinated with the banana leaf, and he asked me, Johnny, can you get me around 100 banana leaf? Oh, I can sponsor 100 banana leaf, easy. And the next day, he said, Mr. Johari, I want that kind of leaf. This is a sample which I look for my studio. The travel sponge leaf. It's about 1 meter length, 1 meter long. And then again on the third day, oh, Mr. Johari, I want those big leaves somewhere in the jungle. Because my studio is surrounded by forest, jungle. So we have ample of supplies, food, leaf, all kind of wild plants. And we're going to get the python one day. And we got big python, and they stopped working to see the python. And I managed to get the python and we take pictures. Yeah. So these are the things that are around my studio. It's so natural, and it's very interesting for somebody like Mr. Abe coming from Japan, and this is the first time that Mr. Abe will come to Southeast Asia, and even Anis. And even Anis is also having that fascination syndrome when he was visiting to my studio, right? Because when he saw the rain, he was walking in the rain, relaxing, all wet. And he saw the thunderstorm, the lightning, and to him that is a big orchestra. And to me, I feel scared sometimes because of the lightning or the thunderstorm, but for him, it's a big orchestra. And then he walks slowly to his house and lies in bed with all the red shirt and red jeans. This is something that Anis done during the first residency. And Mr. Abe saw the banana leaf. I want hundreds of banana leaf. No problem, Mr. Abe, you can get the banana leaf for you, because my house surrounded by wild plants, wild banana trees. This is something. And Mr. Abe, what is And I went to the area behind my studio. We have the shelf of the rubber seats. This is the rubber seats. I used to play marbles this rubber seats when I was a boy because I didn't have money to buy toys. So we used these rubber seats. And this is the shelf. And I give to Mr. Abe, and Mr. Abe look at this. Oh, this is an idea for me. I'm going to pour the Pewter into it. And this is the more of Mr. Abe sculpture. This is what they do. Because what Mr. Abe interested is about the basic forms, not about the details, because he's a sculptor. Like me, I'm very interested into surface, details of the surface. I'm not interested into the form, but Mr. Abe as a sculptor is very interested, also with some art. And then Mr. Abe is using this for the Pewter, and this is something that Mr. Abe using a natural mold for his model. And imagine the process from the leaf of the banana to the leaf of the traverse palm and to the leaf of the Occurrence. Occurrence is a kind of grapefruit. And Mr. Abe goes through that process into the final artwork that we have here in the studio. And how to make things alive and pour some water. And the water is a sign of life. And I guess without the water here, they pour into the thing, we can see the light. It's something that we wanted to share with the student today, with the artist friends today, because in the beginning, when we got the email, we got the email from the gallery asking about minimalism. Oh, Mr. Abe, no, minimalism, I wouldn't want to talk about my drawing, minimalism, or whatsoever. We talk about the true experience, working together in the studio. Because I believe these are things that is more interesting talking about compared to about minimalism. Things are this? Not this one. Yes, I wish not. You should go to the library. The real things. And there will be more residency program in the future at my studios, and we have about 50 tons of timber. We got it last week at a cost of 200 million. And I told Mr. Abe and Mr. Ani, next year we will with the heavy work. You say so, we are going to make programs or whatsoever. Because when Mr. Abe visited Sarawak, we saw the totem in Sarawak, and we want to make huge totem around the studio. The supplier will do that.
Yeah, so normally I use the scale. My work is complete scale works, and then I have used the scale for 4 years, about 4 years, and then my work is totally similar to blacksmith's work, like hammering and beating. It's a fire is a very important element for me. And I wanted to use the harness here also. I wanted to forge here again, but it's a little bit difficult to, the blacksmith's work here. And then before coming here, I had no idea, empty in my brain. That's the most important thing. Because after coming here, I decided to get the Pewter and timbers and branches and leaf and many things. It's very so fresh to me to look for such kind of materials. That's my new challenge. And then, like this.
And you graduate from the School of Art now, of Selangor Pewter. Do you think we shall play the recording of the Mr. Abe's knocking process of making it? So this is the music that we play. Mr. Abe is working at the studio. So beautiful music. As he is knocking this at my studio. And we have a lot of fun. And actually, as an artist and also a host, I must find the right chemistry for both of them. How to work together as a team. And even when Sharifah Fatima came to the studio for about 2 hours, he came to me. Mr. Wali, look at these two guys. They are really each other, moving each other. These are the things that I wanted to see because as a host, I wanted to see them working together, not fighting or some people separate or whatsoever. This is something very interesting for residency. Yeah?
Also, melting is very flexible because melting temperature is so low, about maybe 200 degrees Celsius. And normally, my heat is there about 1,300 degrees. So different, but it's very soft and very shiny. It's very gorgeous. And it's my new experience to use such kind of beauty. And then hammering is totally different. When I using the hammering against the heating steel, not like this. It's all my body concentrated to heat happening like this, like glass as well. And then sound is totally different. This is enjoy the sound, and then ball is going ahead, and then maybe I finished 100 balls one day. I finished, and then I don't write my. I don't know, so people can get my inspiration. Do you understand? I don't know, so, but now the shining and the good construction and then 2 or 3 installations. It's not like my installation, it's true my installation. It's so strange feeling for me because it's totally new.
Do you find this very strange because of the material?
It's very strange for me.
Because it's so shiny, because on this one when I saw your sculpture,
no shine.
No shine, right? And so very empty, rustic, and suddenly
it's very, very simple and very fundamental and very close to nature and ground. But now it's a little bit different feeling.
Maybe I feel that when you're coming to Malaysia, you feel much younger and look so cool.
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
But next time, maybe, I don't know, maybe using Pewter. Maybe I don't use the Pewter.
Yeah.
This is the first time touching in Malaysia. I was in the eating here and breathing here and touching people, touching materials. It's very important for me. It's, I cannot say so. This is my artwork.
And you think that you are coming again for the next residency?
Yeah, I guess.
And do you feel that you wanted to work again with our friend Mr. Mahani from Jordan?
Good.
And I'm planning to invite another artist for the next residency, Professor Setiawan Sabana from ITB Bandung, a good friend of mine. I know him for almost 20 years and we work together in Universiti Malaya, in Japan and Indonesia. So the next artist working together is Mr. Mahani and Mr. Abe.
Do you understand this shape? Someone answered. What is this shape? I put in the metal milk pewter, put in the, how can I say, egg cakes.
Because my studio, we have a lot of friendly mosquitoes. And the friendly mosquitoes, our natural insect repellent is the, Mr. Abe, do you bring that?
Yes.
Okay. So tempat telur, ya, tempat telur
We are artists. Okay, let's go.
So he got a secret recipe. He turned the pewter into gold, right? Don't please don't tell the pewter. The secret.
It's a, you understand it? So it's a goal. Because I'm arrogant. I don't know what happened to it. It just happened. It's a new challenge and new development. It's a marvelous experience for me. It's casting computer is very wonderful. Please move over there. It's down.
Okay.
I think it is best for Mr. Abe to bring all of us and explain one-on-one of his sculpture and his work, so all of you will get a better idea of how he processed and do the installation.
This is the east side of the travelers.
No, the travelers farm. They use as a mold for the future.
Yes. And then I need this height, and then I wanted to buy 3 chairs second-hand shop. And then at first I asked to the, can I use your mother's desk or something?
Yeah, so I have to see my mother-in-law and ask for antique table, but the antique table was so decorative, and he wouldn't want that antique table with all the decoration. He wants something very simple. And we managed to get 3 stools from the junk shop, and I'm afraid that he used the torch to burn the shellac, the lacquer. Yeah,
I wanted to know.
Rook mat and antique, the rest.
And then, so I use the such kind of straight branch, and then with this part is like smooth in shape, just like casting
Travelers farm.
Yeah.
So most of the mold they used by Mr. Abe are all come from nature. The shell of the coconut, the shell of the rubber seeds, the shape of these come from the travelers farm, and then the leaf of the coconut, family of grapefruits. And the grapefruits normally you can eat the fruit, but the fruit of the coconut you can eat. You can only use the latex to trap the birds. Yeah.
I walked near studio, and then I looked for such kind of big leaf on the road, and then I decided to use it for my installation. And then this plant is moved. Kuala. Like this. And then before coming here, I don't know like this. It's also happened for my when I installed here. It's how can I say? Magic.
intuition. Can we call it intuition? Magic. I find that there is a kind of intuition because whenever you practice a certain philosophy and way of life, naturally you will manifest your philosophy and your way of life in the form of art or whatsoever. So in arts, you don't use a ruler or measuring tape to measure the length of the piece of rock. Yeah? But you use the heart, the observations, the ideas, what you're understanding with nature. And I believe that is what
maybe artists must be free.
Yeah, must be free. Yeah. We don't have the measuring tape to measure the length of this block, piece of wood. But we use our understanding.
Yeah. Thank you for cooperation. Enjoy my inspiration.
This discussion to any things that you wanted to know more. Maybe you can ask Mr. Abe about how he works and then how he thinks, maybe, and how he sees things. It's a very general kind of thing.
I want to touch my piece, but this one is a little bit dangerous to tell. And maybe all the please touch the pewter, smelling, and it's very beautiful. Please touch my works, please. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, Mr. Abe, can you go to the area over there and maybe you can explain the kind of works that we have here? Maybe the audience wanted to know, Mr. Abe, why you give an instruction to Anis and myself, put some water. Am I saying something right just now about the water?
At that time, so I feel so close to my own shamanism.
Yeah, shamanism.
Yes, so everything has God and then spirit. And then at that time, so I moved from the timbers and then on the floor with water. I don't know why, so just according to my shamanistic faith. Also, I am an alchemist. The truth. And then it's a sort of one of the alchemist way.
Do you respond with the space? You come here, you respond with the space and what you see around you?
Yes, also I connected each other through business because you can shape also connect each other. So this space is one of my installation, not three installation. It's just one installation, including my drawing as well. My drawing is just like maybe my concept, my brain to my from brain to my hand to draw, but that's one part of my installation, I think.
Anybody wanted to ask more about brain work? When I first came, it was really deep. Okay, and I came from that and then the pole
resonated with the towers of the mosque. So that was how I felt at that time. So I was wondering whether that is the result of the response. So if there's no towers at the mosque, you might not actually this.
Because for an artist, sometimes quite difficult for him to explain what he does, and maybe it takes another 2-3 years for him to understand, and he can explain clearly to the people, to the audience.
It's not easy to explain poetry, you know.
Yeah.
So
you can write poem, but you cannot explain.
Yes, it's difficult.
Yeah, very difficult.
There's no rationale to it. It's like you say, intuitive. It's beautiful.
Mr. Nazar said, that is a site-specific work. Site-specific people, ideas, and things.
When you first came here, before you started doing this, you came for a visit to the gallery. Did you bring that back when you were composing your?
Yes.
Yeah, when Encik Nasri mentioned about your occupation of the space, your how you sort of still dominated the space. Of course, a lot of this is instinct, but in placing all those pewter bowls on this wooden contraption and on the floor itself, are there any particular reasons for you to do that? Because of that, we can find out your actual thought process in your placement of objects.
Maybe judgment is part of my Buddhist traditional way. Maybe I thought that things so would go with my plans for space and circumstance. Just my inspiration from here.
Is there any question? We can translate for you.
It's Pewter is very flexible with sometimes like this, and then it's very fantastic materials. It's according to my finger movement like this. It's good. It's very flexible.
Do you see yourself working with Pewter after this? More and more with
Yes, Mr. Abe, because they told me that they wanted to buy another 50 pewter discs to take back to Fukuoka to teach his student how to do the knocking. Because maybe deep inside his heart, he's now enjoying doing the knocking, the music, and he plans to teach his student in Fukuoka how to knock.
So also drinking, especially Japanese sake, good for good. It's true. It's a very good for Japanese sake combination.
Do you think you can bring Japanese sake using this, like this?
Yes.
It's like drinking soup. Yeah, because I saw that the Japanese
wedding formal ceremony like this. 3 times. Yes.
Or during wedding ceremony.
Yeah.
And both of them get drunk.
Yeah. So much. This has material.
Okay.
What would you do at the end of this exhibition?
Sorry?
What would you do with the exhibits at the end of this exhibition?
Normally, for installation exhibition, we have a plan that one of the work will be donated to National Gallery, to Universiti Malaya, and also Selangor Pewter. But we are given the Selangor Pewter privilege to choose whichever they want for their own private.
Also, at first, I wanted construction of South Asian houses. Also, before coming here, I have been small island of Okinawa Island. Okinawa Island is very south part of Japan. The Okinawa people is they have a different culture from Japanese immigrant, and then island is very rich nature, and then beautiful sea, beautiful tree, and climate is very similar to here. And then
They have durian over there.
yes, durian.
They plant durian in Okinawa.
Also dragon fruits and banana, so forth, of course, and it's a big similarity each other.
And how do you communicate with them because you cannot speak Japanese? Yeah, so
But they have their own original language in Okinawa also, and then totally different. It's sort of shamanistic religion they have. It's an amazing place, and then I wanted to look at their own housing, and then after coming here, my brain, in my inside, so mind, so I wanted to I want to make the construction of southern part of Japan, and then southeast, yes, connect each other, and then I decided to this kind of construction first, and then after noting finally to put it like this, and then maybe shiny board is like a sort of my
that the shining ball or the shining from the picture as material is very disturbing for you? Yes. Because I saw from the beginning, the kind of work that you produce is so rusty, looks so empty and old and brown, dark, and suddenly it appears to be very, very shiny.
Also, putting the short timbers on this construction, this sort of the how can I say, bridge or a floor or something like that. And then it's first time to make such kind of structure.
I feel that those wooden pieces like a bridge and the pewter is like a journey to the new entry. Maybe in future you create more things, shiny surface for your works. Maybe. Okay. So for your next residency, are we going to Selangor Pewter again to ask for more pewter discs?
Also, I wanted
300 pewter discs,
much
plus silver. Okay, Mr. Anis, as a partner to Mr. Abe, do you have anything to say?
You know everything, so please something explain for that.
Yeah, come and join us. Because we work together in the studio. And of course, I guess
you know everything
about 5 years.
I think people should enjoy, go around. Yeah.
So, what do you think about your sculptor, VR sculptor? This is I am sort of not sculptor, but I'm sculptor, but it's an illustration like this. How do you think about the difference? You are like monolith of your work.
What? Sorry?
Monolith. The one piece of your sculpture. This is also one, but illustration works.
Yeah, but I still see that it is very simple and very basic. The same. That's like one mass, but this is one.
Okay, our student from UiTM. You have any things to ask, Mr. Abe?
You can ask in Malay and you can translate it to
And maybe if you have to speak Malay, boleh cakap Melayu. Boleh cakap Melayu kan?
You work in the same shape of Pewter or working in a different shape?
I'm not sure.
Just to identify that is your work on the next. Yes.
It's a very difficult question.
Say again, what do you actually?
Will you be working in the same shape like this, or it will be in a different shape using the same material, pewter?
Yeah, it's a very difficult question.
Can I answer that, Mr. Abe?
I like to use the pewter for casting. Casting. Casting has many possibilities to make the flexible, to make a shape. For instance, shell of the laboratories seed, putting that, how can I say, very like a real casting, catch the nature form. Just very interesting. Next day, so maybe no time, just cast.
Yes, I see pewter is as a dominant subject in your installation. Certain people use it as something to identify that is their signature. Is this shape of pewter is their signature?
Maybe I think one of the reasons that Mr. Abe got this kind of shoes because he graduated from the School of Art in Selangor. Because whoever visit the museum, they had to go through the School of Art and they will give you a piece of wood shaped like this, and you are knocking, and after you complete a nice piece of pewter, this and this, they will give you a special certificate to say that you have graduated from your art school, right? This is the reason why we have this kind of fish. And maybe we can ask for special mold to Selangor Pewter next time. Hello Selangor Pewter, Mr. Abe is coming, can we have another special shape for him? And maybe they prepare for us and then Mr. Abe will coming up with a different one. They produce a shape because that is the mold that they give us. This is like the money tree. And if you go to the Museum of Selangor Pewter, I think the students should go to Museum of Selangor Pewter. They have beautiful museum over there. Then you can see one of the display items is the money tree. And do you think, Mr. Abe, you are inspired with the play of the Selangor Pewter Museum? But Mr. Abe had different interpretation of money tree.
It's not money tree, but it's a sort of
it's kind of
my spirit.
Yeah. This whole statement about the money tree that he saw at the the material. This is not good. Maybe this is a kind of what they call maybe it takes 50 years to grow this size because they are clearing the land right in front of us. And we went to the area to search for what kind of wood material and kind of tree from the jungle. And that's the reason we got a huge supply of timber. That cost only for 200 ringgit, and we paid the tractor driver to book the timber to my studio for our next lesson.
Just wondering, I wonder what is your view on materials, because you could have used all branches and leaves only, but you decided to use pewter as additional materials. And pewter is like more industrial than nature. Then what's your view on material, how you decide on?
And then pewter is a typical important material for maybe Malaysia. Because Malaysia is very well known to product of pewter. After coming here, I know that. And then we put together the major things it's an industrial thing, it's shared, but the same things of this country. That's my concept to use the material. It's very simple.
And he wants to try new ideas and new challenges because this is his first visit to Southeast Asia.
Every day is changing after coming.
And I see you are very spontaneous and you are playful at the same time, using the egg container and small, using other leaves and small. What does make it relate with you as a Japanese? I'm wondering whether you are bringing your philosophy into this kind of art, even you are doing it here.
So, for instance, Japanese well-known poet Mamoru Abe is 100 years before the Japanese traditional poet. He traveled those parts of Japan and then staying place and then make poem like that. Traveling with his native poet. That's a very big influence to me also. So no carrying my piece, just nothing to nothing inside of my bag. That's important. Is traveling and then after arriving to decide to use and then make for my creativity. That's very important. Touching and touching people.